Here's a common theme I see amongst the thousands of high-performance people I've worked with. They're apprehensive, actually terrified of putting themselves out there and being seen for fear of judgment, failure, and stepping into their magnificent self. Stay tuned as we explore why people's well-meaning feedback sabotages and erodes your ability to achieve your goals and how to do you authentically. Hi there, I'm Madisen Harper. I've written best-selling books, stand in front of hundreds of thousands of people doing seminars, and coach thousands of hours each year. And every so often I get a comment that says, "Hey Madisen, I thought I'd give you some feedback. I don't like insert whatever sin I've committed." You know what I say to people who have thoughts about my messaging? Thanks so much for your feedback. I'm always open to improving myself, and I love to learn from others' expertise. So if you have examples, tips, or strategies that I can use, I'd love you to share them with me. And here's their response. Nothing. Because they aren't trying to help me. They're being keyboard warriors and banging out their frustration towards someone who is willing to put themselves out there. And sure, I'm open to hearing what they have to say, but I know from the response that they just want to be negative or even mean. So I guess my real response is, you. When you put yourself out there, then talk to me. Or as vulnerability superstar Brené Brown tweeted, "If you're not in the arena getting your butt kicked too, I'm not interested in your feedback." Does it mean when I get feedback it doesn't sting? No, I'm human if I let it get to me. But I have to make a choice not to let these very rare comments override all the positive acknowledgement that I get. Does it also mean that I'm not open to feedback? No, but I only take feedback from courageous, loving people who are experts as I look at their insights as a self-improvement opportunity. But you know what? I also know I have to be me. I have to be authentic to who I am, what my purposeful passion is. I tell people I only have one boss. It's not my clients, relationships, or even myself. It's Source, or whatever you believe in, God, Allah, the universe, higher self, higher power, basically something greater than ourselves, that omnipotent energy we have access to. My authenticity is about being wholeheartedly aligned. I know I wasn't put on this planet to put people down. There's already enough of those people. My goal is to pull people up, be their cheerleader, not tell them what to do, but be the role model. I can't make everyone happy. I just need to do me. Now, alert. Please don't hear this as permission to be an asshole, but an invitation to evolve. But let's be honest, most of us know our supposed faults. We don't need others mirroring them back at us. So instead of investing our energy, refocus on doing something to better yourself. In relation to feedback, I had to get to a stage where if you don't like what I have to say, don't listen or read it. But before you do, ask yourself two things. And this doesn't just apply to my messages. Am I not aligned to this person's message? If you're not, then throw it away or don't consume it. Or is what they're saying pushing my buttons or making me uncomfortable? If it is, explore, learn, grow, and improve. Be grateful for that dis-ease and do something about it for yourself. But as Oprah would often say on her show, don't bother writing me letters, people. Instead, she encouraged viewers to devote yourself to something today that is so daring you can't believe you're doing it. Okay, enough of that. I could do Oprah-isms all day. But that's putting yourself out there. You have to be courageous. And it's not so scary if you're soul aligned. What do I mean by that? Let me explain. I work through inspiration. I basically get guided on what to do, and I have to trust that and myself. If this is something you want to explore for yourself, I'm gifting you my free Inner Guru mindfulness process, so enjoy. But what I do have to do is make sure I'm not presenting that inspiration through my filters so it becomes muddied. If I am, that's the type of feedback I'm open to. Here's my view of critics and feedback, and if you do this, I invite you to give it a rest. I think we should ban thumbs down on YouTube videos. Where's your video thumbs downer, people? Instead, celebrate those who have been courageous enough to create. If you don't like it, don't consume it. Critics should also be out of a job. Unless you're an expert in what you're critiquing, shut your pie hole. And even if you are an expert, let people go on their journeys, make their supposed mistakes. Most people who are aligned and honest with themselves figure it out anyway. And if you really want to help, gift your time to coaching them. We should also ban the phrase, "I'm only telling you because I love you," as no one else will. Bullshit, you're telling me because you're projecting your crap onto me. We need to stop this passive-aggressive commentary. I'm inviting you to be you, realign with your authentic self, honor your happiness, play big, not small, and here's 3 tips to get you there. Step 1, know your values. Your values are what's important to you and integral to aligning to your authentic self. They serve as a compass to navigate you in a direction that makes you happier, clear on what's important, and better at decision making. By making choices based on values, you move in a direction towards living your best life and not someone else's. Step 2, do a life audit and figure out what you need to start, stop, and continue doing. For example, if you want to live more authentically at work, do you need to start sharing your opinions more in meetings? Stop complying with other people's suggestions because it's easier than rocking the boat? Or continue being curious as to the best solutions and strategies to provide an optimum customer experience? Or if you want to meet the love of your life, your soulmate, start by making a list of all the attributes you'd like in a partner, and then make sure you cultivate those in yourself. Bet you didn't expect that last bit. But like attracts like. Funny story, I was at the beach once and this guy said, "Man, that chick shouldn't be wearing that high-cut swimsuit with those fat thighs." Meanwhile, he's got a beer gut hanging over his Speedos. Okay, bit of an aside there, but you get my point. Stop affirming the negative. There's no good guys or girls out there. There's over 7 billion people on the planet. Come on, you just need one. Continue going to the gym or going to therapy to release your relationship baggage. Whatever makes you feel awesome about yourself, you get the gist. Step 3, now that you're soul aligned, take action on your start, stop, and continue insights. And here's feedback I'd love to hear. Share in the comments your values or the stop, start, continue actions you're going to take to inspire others. You're amazing. Put yourself out there. Be an incredible role model. Let's do this. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. You know what I think about the thumbs downers. Share, subscribe to my channel, and connect with me on social media for more insights on how to renew your mind, unlock your potential, and upgrade your life.